Confidence is an often overlooked force in shaping financial outcomes, especially once intelligence stops being the primary driver of income. While cognitive ability opens doors and provides a foundation for early career progress, confidence determines who steps through those doors and how far they advance after that. A 2025 meta-analysis of salary data found that professionals with moderate confidence earn nearly 20% more than equally qualified but less assured peers in the same roles. This difference isn't just about being more vocal in meetings. It's about a series of small, cumulative behaviors that shift earning trajectories over time. Negotiation is a clear example. Early career professionals who negotiate their starting salaries create a higher baseline for future raises and bonuses. Over the course of a decade, the gap widens considerably. A study tracking tens of thousands of workers found that those who negotiated their first job offer earned up to 40% more after 10 years than those who accepted the initial offer without question. Each successful negotiation not only boosts income, but also reinforces a sense of self-efficacy, making it more likely the individual will seek out bigger challenges and higher-paying opportunities later on. The compounding effect of confidence extends beyond paychecks. Confident individuals are more likely to pursue promotions, volunteer for high-visibility projects, and take calculated risks that less assertive colleagues might avoid. Over time, these choices lead to divergent career paths. Moderately intelligent but self-assured professionals often move into roles that stretch their abilities, while highly intelligent but hesitant peers may hold back, second-guessing their readiness for advancement. The Swedish data showing top earners with slightly lower cognitive test scores than those just below them may reflect this pattern. Confidence bridging the gap where ability alone is not enough. Workplace dynamics amplify these differences. Performance reviews and promotion decisions often favor those who present ideas assertively, even when their underlying work is no stronger than that of quieter colleagues. A recent Harvard study found managers rated confident employees as more competent and promotable, regardless of actual output. This perception bias translates directly to compensation and advancement, with confident employees averaging larger raises and faster promotions. The same principle applies in client-facing and sales environments. Revenue generation in these fields depends as much on perceived certainty as on technical expertise. Studies consistently show that clients and customers respond more favorably to professionals who project confidence, even when the actual advice or product is identical. In real-world terms, this means that social skills, especially the ability to convey assurance and build trust, drive revenue generation well beyond what intelligence alone can achieve. Education systems, however, often fail to foster confidence. Schools reward perfectionism, caution, and conformity, habits that can undermine self-assurance in negotiations and ambiguous situations. Research has shown that students with perfect academic records tend to negotiate less aggressively and pursue fewer leadership opportunities than their more confident, but less academically accomplished peers. Over time, these early patterns compound, leading to persistent differences in earnings and career progress. Confidence also shapes risk tolerance and networking. Self-assured individuals are more likely to invest in themselves, change industries, or relocate for better opportunities. They tend to build broader professional networks, opening more doors and increasing exposure to chance events that can change the course of a career. The Swedish research highlighted that, among those earning above the intelligence income threshold, risk-taking and social capital were more predictive of financial outcomes than test scores. These feedback loops, where early confidence leads to small wins, which in turn reinforce greater self-assurance, explain why some moderately intelligent professionals surpass their more gifted peers. The cumulative effect is similar to compound interest in finance. Small advantages, repeated and reinforced, lead to dramatically different outcomes over time. Ultimately, the premium placed on confidence helps explain the disconnect between intelligence and extreme wealth. While ability matters, the behaviors that drive long-term financial success often have more to do with self-perception and the willingness to act. This insight reframes how we understand the relationship between intelligence and income, setting up a more nuanced view of what actually drives people to the top. The bottom line: when you break down the data on intelligence and income, a clear pattern emerges. The relationship is strongest at the lower and middle ends of the earnings scale, but it plateaus sharply as incomes rise. The 2025 study from Linköping University, which tracked tens of thousands of Swedish men over decades, found that cognitive ability predicts earnings reliably up to about 60,000 euros a year. Beyond that, the connection fades. At the very top, those earning in the top 1% actually scored lower on intelligence tests than the group just below them. This finding challenges the long-held belief that intelligence is the main driver of extreme wealth. Instead, intelligence operates more like a baseline requirement. It gets you in the door, but it doesn't guarantee you'll reach the highest floors. The researchers identified 3 broad earning phases. Below 60,000 euros, intelligence directly affects job performance and pay. In the middle range, where incomes sit between 60,000 euros and 200,000 euros, the combination of cognitive ability and specialized skills is most valuable. But above 200,000 euros, other traits, risk tolerance, social skills, persistence, start to matter more than raw intellect. This is why you see business owners or sales leaders with average test scores earning far more than highly intelligent professionals in technical or academic roles. In these upper brackets, the market rewards execution, adaptability, and the ability to spot and seize opportunities. Several factors explain why the intelligence income link breaks down at the top. Highly intelligent people often gravitate toward prestigious fields where pay is capped, academia, medicine, research, rather than high-variance paths like entrepreneurship or sales. Business owners, who make up the bulk of top 1% earners, succeed less because of high IQ and more because they can build teams, take calculated risks, and leverage networks. The study also points to the role of luck and family resources. Random events and inherited advantages often shape who gets a shot at the biggest rewards. The structure of education and career ladders reinforces these outcomes. Schools and universities reward methodical thinking, rule following, and analytical problem solving. These traits are valuable, but they don't always transfer to the unpredictable environments where the largest fortunes are made. MBA programs, for example, train students for middle management roles rather than for the ambiguity and improvisation required to build a business from scratch. This helps explain why some of today's top earners struggled in academic settings. Their strengths simply weren't the ones being measured. Behavioral traits compound these effects over time. Confidence, risk appetite, and social agility can create opportunities and open doors that intelligence alone cannot. The research found that professionals who scored higher on risk tolerance or demonstrated greater persistence were much more likely to break into the highest earning brackets. These qualities are rarely the focus of formal education, yet they're crucial for navigating the real-world volatility of business and markets. Market realities also play a part. Employers and clients pay for solutions, not for potential. A moderately intelligent person who delivers results quickly and reliably will often out-earn someone with higher test scores, but less practical focus. This is especially true in fields where value is measured by outcomes, not credentials. Another important dynamic is how top earners approach time. They tend to work longer and invest more effort up front, creating compounded results that outpace even brilliant professionals who optimize for balance or security. This willingness to take on more risk and delay gratification amplifies the gap over years or decades. For most people, the lesson isn't to chase the highest possible IQ or take reckless risks. Instead, it's about identifying where your abilities intersect with what the market values, and then developing the behavioral skills that multiply your earning potential. The Swedish study suggests that the most effective strategy is to build on your strengths, cognitive, social, or otherwise, while staying alert to opportunities that align with your personal risk profile. Education and intelligence still matter, but their main role is to provide a safety net, not a ticket to the top. The highest earners combine this foundation with timing, adaptability, and sometimes a bit of luck. Income distributions don't mirror IQ distributions because wealth is shaped by many moving parts, some within our control, others not. These findings push us to rethink how we define merit and reward. Intelligence is one piece of a much larger puzzle, and the most successful people are often those who combine enough ability with the right mix of traits and circumstances. This more nuanced perspective sets the stage for a final reflection on what really matters for financial success. Intelligence helps you reach a comfortable income, but it's not the main driver of extreme wealth. The Swedish data shows that the link between cognitive ability and earnings flattens out at higher levels. Top earners often rely more on traits like risk tolerance, confidence, and strong networks. Business ownership and leverage matter more than test scores once you pass a certain income threshold. Education and skills still provide stability and options, but if your goal is to maximize earnings, focus on building the behavioral traits and practical strategies that markets reward. Align your choices with your strengths, and recognize that the path to the top is shaped by more than just intellect.